Welcome back to another very special episode of Legends of Avantris. We're back with the second episode of Dust to Damnation, a Daggerheart ballad. Give it up, everybody.
Let's go, Daggerheart! Whoa!
We would absolutely love it if you'd like this video, subscribe to our channel, and check that bell so you never miss an episode. And of course, while you're doing that, I'm going to read some comments from last week's episode right now. Comment number 1. I like to imagine that every new iteration of Gideon, he gets a foot taller.
Me too.
Quote number 2, and we got a lot of these. Not gonna lie, I would watch an entire fully fledged campaign with this setting and characters. And can this please be a full campaign, pretty please?
Me too.
We hear you. Thank you for those nice comments. Comment number 3. I never thought that Derek and Nikkie playing as a couple would be so good. I love this dynamic so much. Me too.
Same.
Well said.
Same.
And comment number 4. Well done, all. Entertaining and informative of the game system. Thank you.
Thank you.
So, as always, make sure you leave a comment below, and maybe next week yours will be read. In the meantime, if you'd like to support the stream, we've got a few different ways that you can do that. You can become a channel member right here on YouTube. You can go check out our merch shop at Avantris.com. You can become a patron over on Patreon. It's the only place to enjoy 2 campaigns. Go check it out. And lastly, go to thecrookedmoon.com to pre-order, actually just order your copy of The Crooked Moon. I'm so used to saying pre-order. And go check it out on D&D Beyond. It is live right now. Thank you.
Let's get into it. Last time, on Dust to Damnation, Sheriff Silas Shepard Morgan returned to his home of Eden, the dusty town in the Dead Ridge Hills beneath the shadow of the strangely geometric and radiant mountains known as the Pillars of Judgment. Upon his return, he discovered that his deputy was murdered, allegedly by the town drunk known as Whiskey Wren. Reunited with his adoptive father Rett, Indigo, and his brother Gideon Cole, things don't seem quite right, especially with the railroad coming to Eden and the advancement of the Leviathan Mining and Railroad Company, which has just purchased Glitter Deep Mine after the fatal accident of its previous owner. An investigation begins, and sightings of bandits wearing sashes lead the crew to the Widow's Garnet Saloon and a meeting with its proprietor, Abe Solomon. He offers his star performers and 2 road agents, Quibly Gones and wife Portia Bella Gones, to join them to hunt down the suspected culprit of the murder, or at least the one who gave the order, Grinning Jack Booth, and his gang known as the Grinning Sinners. The newly formed posse venture into the Dead Ridge Hills and discover the lair of the bandits, uncovering a dark secret. They seem to be worshipping a dark demonic force, even hearing a strange voice in the flame. A confrontation with Grinning Jack reveals he has history with not just Quibly and Portia Bella, but also Rett, who was in a gang with him decades ago called the Brimstone Butchers, along with Shepard and Gideon's fathers. A battle ensued, and despite being outnumbered, the unlikely heroes bring an end to the Grinning Sinners. However, even in death, Grinning Jack Booth's severed head speaks a forthcoming doom of a colossus called Zaragor, the Yoke of Perdition. And that is where this session begins. The word Colossus echoes through this hellish chamber in the bowels of the Walcott claim. As you, Quibly Gones, stare into the smiling eyes of the beheaded Grinning Jack Booth. In a flash of fire and brimstone, a vision fills your consciousness. No, a memory. You see through his eyes and hear from his ears, almost living through the scene that emerges. You feel the night air on furred skin, and smell the smoke of a crackling campfire built upon the dusty, cracked earth in the middle of the barren wastes of the Drylands. A huge full moon sheds its light across the landscape, but you're shrouded in the shadow cast by the enormity of what you know and everyone in this region knows as Godfell Mountain. which towers high at the center of the Drylands. Slow, heavy footsteps echo through the quiet night, punctuated by a hot wind and the scraping of a tumbleweed as it rolls by. Out from the darkness emerges a figure to sit opposite of your fire. You don't recognize this form. He's a bearded dwarf, surprisingly well dressed for it being the middle of the desert in the middle of the night. He wears a broad-brimmed leather hat, and he has strangely piercing eyes that seem to cut to the center of your very soul. He speaks. I presume you haven't been waiting long. What the fuck do you think? The voice echoes from your own mouth as you have this memory. You told me to get here fucking hours ago. What do you think I am? Some dog that can be called to heel? He leans forward and grins. Strange to be coming from such a well-dressed businessman, very clearly, but the teeth are not as sharp and mocking as Grinning Jack, but they are even more menacing. I'm here to make a deal as our agents discussed. I'm here to offer you the opportunity of a lifetime so you're not forever doomed to the fate of scurrying rats. First, I'm a fucking dog. Then I'm a fucking rat. Which fucking is it? I do not mean any insult, Jack. Or do you prefer Mr. Booth, Grinning Jack? I'm here to offer you an opportunity. I am sure you have heard the tales of these hills. The tales of these dry lands, of the mountains, of this mountain. He gestures back to the enormity of Godfell Mountain. You've lived under the shadow of the Pillars of Judgment for a very long time. Or not a very long time, but for a while now. With Portia Bella, making a new life in Eden. Far away from your home of Wyland's Gulch, a relative metropolis compared to the dusty camp of Eden. But this mountain at the center of the Drylands is absolutely massive. You see off in the distance lights flickering throughout as large work camps and operations seem to be hard at work in this town, all through the eyes of Grinning Jack. Well, I'm fucking listening. I usually am not one for business. But if what you've told me, if what you fucking hinted is true, if the future that you fucking whispered, of what you showed me in that flame, isn't just a mama's trick, that may be of some service. As I have said, all of the stories are true, and far more than you know, Jack. There is power in these dry lands, but coming is doom. There is the first doom buried beneath this mountain. I wish to see him freed. I wish to see the rightful hierarchy of the cosmos restored. There's annihilation coming, whether we are involved or not, but I wish to be at the end of all things, sitting at the top of the pile of ashes that remain, and I can offer that to you. Power, survival, existence, Jack. I know of what you've done in your past. I know what the stories that have been told of you, and that is why I sought you out. I know you do not wish to be on the wrong side of any war, of any duel, of any deal. And I know you are not afraid to get your hands dirty. And so, I offer you power. And you must scurry, and as long as, for a time yet, but when the thunder rolls, and the colossi walk these dry lands, the end times will be here, and the first doom's coming will be inevitable. And you will be sitting at my hand, at my right hand at my side. There is a man, a goblin, town of Eden. He owns a mine. His name is Fezziwig. Do you know him? Oh yeah, I fucking know that guy. I used to run with his business partner, his business associate. Good, he owns property that I have not been able to acquire. He seems to resist business. He seems to resist progress. He refuses to sell. I've offered him more than he fucking deserves. There's almost a jump of Jack as soon as he says that. I trust you and your agents to be able to handle such a thing. Make it look like an accident. That's like asking if a fish knows how to fucking swim. Then that will be the first test. And to show you that I'm a man of my word, I give you this. And he holds up a crystal, a shard. You smell, Quibly, the stench of brimstone, the stench that fills this place. And he tosses it into the flame. And the campfire roars. It stinks. It turns a dense, deep shade of crimson. As you stare into it, and you see the gates of hell itself opening, the circles below, the horrors to come. A bull's skull staring back at you, looking at you. And you know that it is inevitable. And you feel tears wet your fur and your face as you grin. The fire goes out suddenly in a flash as shadows fill this campsite. But the crystal remains, and you hear strange whispers coming out of it. That is just the taste. Grinning Jack Booth. Do we have a deal? He extends his large dwarven hand. And Jack stands up and vigorously shakes his hand, and you feel yourself grin. Well, the gods fucking know that I've sold my soul for less. Quibly, you are snapped back to the chamber of this darkened room. Your wife is beside you, as well as your 3 new companions. As you hold the severed head of grinning Jack Booth, he had just spoken to everyone in this room, speaking of a colossus. You're not sure what that means, but you just experienced a memory of your former boss that you left far before whatever kind of strange active worship of this strange dark entity has happened. And you look into its eyes as they go empty, but the eyes do not close, and the grin does not cease as the pulled, torched, burned skin peels back his muscles into an eternal grin of death, with the charred, almost cauterized neck wound from Rett's divine magic of the Mother of Mercy, at least that seemingly as he's mentioned. And you've experienced that memory, and the thing that unsettles you the most, it's not what you've seen, it's what you experienced in the memory, is that you know that grinning Jack Booth is dead. You're holding his head. But despite him being dead, you feel him with you. He's not gone. And you feel him within you.
Is he still smiling? Briefly?
Yep, it's basically his face is peeled back.
I mean Quibly, because
Oh!
Quibly was smiling throughout
Quibly
the memory.
is grinning. I would say, Quibly, how do you react as you feel this?
The moment that I regain control of my senses and I come back to the present, I will drop the head and yell out, "Oh, yeah, get this fucking head away from me!" And I will kick it. So it rolls 6-7 feet into one of the bodies of the dead men in the space. Oh, good lord! Oh my god! Well, this is a fucking. I am freaking out.
Yeah. You see Quibly freaking out all around you as the head rolls around and it bounces into the corpse of the Fearbolg bruiser that he had in his employ, and then rolls at your feet, Shepherd. Kind of settles in, and its eyes kind of staring up, vacantly, but smiling.
I don't recoil from the head, but I look at it as I'm listening to Quibly, kind of to lose his mind. You all right, Quibly?
I just pull him into me and gently rub his back.
That head be cursed. That be cursed and send a memory into my head, I swears.
I'll take my
It's gonna
rifle.
be all right, Quibby. It's gonna be all right.
Oh, Portia, I swear,
Breathe, honey,
my
breathe.
cheese is slipping off my cracker.
You gotta breathe, honey. Put that cheese right back on your cracker. It's gonna be all right.
I done seen things, honey. I done seen things.
All right, breathe. Once you calm down, you can tell us all about it.
Just as I'm
I ain't
hearing
gonna
you
let
say
nothing
these
get
things,
you.
I'm gonna take my rifle off my shoulder. I'm still holding my rifle, given everything that's happened. And I just kind of take the end of the rifle and poke at the head a little bit to see if it does anything. Because based on what Quibly's saying, I want to make sure he's dead.
You poke it, and it kind of tilts a little bit, and it seems to be now kind of casting its gaze in Rett. You're standing not too far, as you see the eyes almost seem to lock on you, but it is very clearly that this head is dead. He is deceased. His body is nothing more than a charred, a crumpled, nearly a pile of ash on the ground.
All right, now listen to Portia. Take a breath and talk to us. What happened?
What did you do?
How long has it been since you dropped that head in my hands? Well, how long has it been?
You grabbed the head and you kind of channeled into it, and this is part of your fungal biology, that you are able to kind of get some memories of the dead, but with Portia's crackling psionic magic, and something strange happened. You have no idea what the hell it was, but what you were trying to do, you weren't expecting all that.
I wasn't expecting all that. I as phone girls, we can sometimes get a sense, an emotion, a last vision, but Oh, I was somewhere else. I was in the desert. I was looking at a campfire. I was seeing through Grinning Jack's eyes.
Well, what'd you see? Well, campfire where?
We was in front of the God-filled mountain. I was sitting across from a bearded dwarf, a businessman. He was making a deal with Grinning Jack. You see, he was talking strange things about demons and colossi and hell and damnation.
A businessman?
A beard with a dwarf.
It can't be. Bearded dwarf, what?
Creed? What did this guy look like?
It could be.
He was a bearded dwarf. He sat down. I would describe the outfit. I would lay out more details. I would say, Grinning Jack sat down and sat across from a campfire. I would describe the conversation, the offer of power, these kinds of details. Before getting to the site, though, I would have given you a complete description of outfit, hair color, overall stature. What would that sound like coming out of Quibly's mouth?
You do all of that and you describe it, and I think that, and it all sounds familiar, but as soon as he mentions the details of your old partner Fezziwig and the mine, and as soon as Quibly describes his eyes, the three of you know without a shadow of a doubt, this man was Oren Creed.
Damn it. Damn him to the circles below.
Holy hell, Creed?
Yeah, I think that he may want that. He threw this shard, this little something into the flames, and it turned red as hell. And I could see in the flames through Grinning Jack's eyes. I could see the skull of a bull staring back at me, staring as though it was alive.
Creed just carved a fucking scar into Eden with that damn train, and he's the one that got Smiling Jack hooked on all this fucking shit?
He needed old Fezziwig's mine. Why? What's down there?
He didn't speak of what was inside there, but that Creed fella, he said he wanted it. He said he was gonna help the Grinning Jack, me, as I was seeing through his eyes. He said he was gonna help me gain power. I was gonna be the right hand. We was gonna rule the ashes. It all starts with the mind. Somehow that's part of his plan. As I'm thinking of it, he said that he was gonna give Grinning Jack, me, the shard. The shard didn't destroy itself or evaporate do I have a sense that Grinning Jack would have still had this on his person?
I would say that that's a pretty good presumption.
He said, I mean, Grinning Jack could have the shard. As soon as I make this connection, I'm going to race over and I'm going to go through the pockets of Grinning Jack's lower half, what's remaining of his body. I'll go through his jacket pockets, his trousers, anywhere where he might be able to hide an object of that size.
Make a
good
finesse roll.
All right, first roll of the night.
And I'm going to take 2 little modifiers here.
Good call.
So that I remind myself how that works. And
Uh-oh. Oh, no.
I get a 6 total with fear.
So, real quick, for those of you watching at home, because this is a new session, Michael will start with 5 fear, 1 for each of the players at the table. But now, because Derek has rolled with fear, he'll be adding 1 to his total, for a total total of 6.
And that reminds me, because we're starting a new session, we were setting our hope to...
Nope. Anybody who had more than 2 hope will keep what they have, but if you started with less than 2 hope, you will go up to 2 hope.
Thank you.
I had 1, so I'm now at 2.
I now have 6 0.
I had 0 as well. I have 2.
I had 4 hope. I can't spend 1 now that we've resolved the roll to give myself a little extra something on that. I can't remember if I have to declare it ahead of time.
No, I think once you roll, but if you don't know what the outcome is.
Yeah.
I believe now you can.
I think your grinning memories would be a great thing to use for this.
Grinning memories is the experience I added for myself.
If you have an ability that you can use, what I would suggest you do is
Is it a D6?
No,
which one are you trying to do? The grinning memories?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you may use a hope to utilize an experience. And what that means is you would spend one of the hope in your arsenal to basically add 2 to your roll based on an experience that you've had over the course of your life.
I'm using my memory and what it felt like to inhabit the body of Jack as I, and also weirdly remembering what it feels like to be tall. And I will get that to an 8. I'm desperate.
Okay, Nate, with fear. It's not good.
Come on, it's got to be here somewhere.
It is charred. He had stepped through the flame. He was on fire. The divine blast of Rett, the doctor in town, a godly man, has made this irrecoverable. You find nothing, but then you feel his presence, and you all see Quibly grin suddenly.
No, it's not there, fucking stupid. What are you think I would keep it around all these fucking thieves? You work with them, you fucking traitor. You no good traitor.
I'm not.
You are a fucking traitor. You and your wife with her fucking headache. She's a fucking freak and you know it.
We was only trying to...
You know she's a fucking freak. With those fucking... You know her mind, that them powers would have got on us all killed.
Don't you talk about my dumpling like that, you son of a bitch!
Oh, son of a bitch. Don't you talk about my mama.
I've stopped searching. I'm just saying these words while...
Yeah, do we hear you?
I would just... You'd just be hearing one side of the conversation.
I'm slowly walking towards him as this is happening.
It's not there. It's not there. It's not on my person. You really are stupid as I fucking thought.
Well, where is it?
I'm looking at Gideon like...
Quibly, snap out of it, man. What's going on? You're talking to yourself.
Who are you talking to?
Quick, Gomes, you wipe that stupid grin off your face right now.
And I'm gonna grab him by the collar.
You look at me. Who you listening to?
I'm listening.
It ain't your wife?
I'm listening to you.
Well, you stop listening to it.
I'm sorry. I heard his voice. I swear, I heard it.
Whose
believe
voice?
You. Look at me. I believe you. You don't need to listen to it. I don't care what it was saying to you.
Grinning Jackie's in my head.
Well, get him out of there. That's my home. That ain't a place for him. You get him out right now.
I love you so much, sweetie.
All right.
I couldn't find the shard. I couldn't find it.
So let's talk about it. All right. Where else could it be? You mentioned they threw it into a fire. Could it be in a fire around here? Could it be in that brazier thing?
You're a genius. You know that. I'm gonna walk over and see if I can sort through the ashes of the fire and look in there to see if there's
that thing where them cultists were like chanting and shit.
You make your way to the brazier, and I would say you don't need to roll. It's very clear that when this was knocked over, that the power had gone out of it, and when the strange sit within it, and you notice that there are fragments of that same glinting dust, and you'd seen the dust that had been thrown in. It had, once again, those glinting flecks of that strange crystal. And I would like you, because you're being helped by Portia Bella, and both of you have this experience, to make a knowledge roll at advantage. So please add a d6.
Yes. Oh. No, thank you. You're right on top of it. I was just ready to be the rules man. For those of you watching at home, advantage in this game is adding a d6.
That's another opportunity to give him more fear.
Yep.
Hey! All right, that's going to be 22 with hope.
Nice.
Okay.
So add a hope to your sheet.
Thanks, Dumpling.
Anything for you, honey?
If I spy it, I'm not going to reach out and grab it with my bare hand. If I start to sort through the ash, if I can avoid touching this thing, as soon as I think I see a lump that isn't a coal or a piece of wood, I'm going to reach out with a handkerchief and try to scoop it up.
You reach forward and you don't find it, but you realize now It's all starting to make sense with that role. There was, when you did your time with the Grinning Sinners, there was a part of this mine, part of this hideout that was very much sealed off. Not meant for anyone to go through. It was only for Grinning Jack and your friend, Anoki Jake.
Thank you.
Always hated. I don't know how the fuck I remember that. Anoki Jake.
I'm really proud of you.
It's a great
was always bitter that there was a part of the mine, and he was always starting to whisper seeds of discord, thinking that Jack was holding out on you. The share of the loot, share of the score. Things weren't right, and you know he was going to check it out, and that was seemingly where he had seen the thing that had shaken him so. The secret that had gotten him killed. And you know, as you kind of are starting to triangulate and get your sense of the mind, that this chamber, given where everything is probably directly below this one.
You find anything over there, honey?
It's beneath us.
Well, I know this whole thing's beneath us, but we're here anyway.
No, I mean, you remember Anoki Jake? He was always... I think that there's a chamber underneath us, somewhere deeper, lower.
And you think the thing's in there?
It's gotta be. It's not in the ash here. It's not on his person.
Well,
is there a door to it? I mean, you guys worked here with him. Did he go someplace or step off? And
Would we have known any path down? God, that's just fucking the best.
It gets me every time.
yeah,
You know exactly how to get there. You don't feel like there's any danger present. You could lead with a 22 with hope. You feel like you could get there right now and lead all your friends in a matter of minutes.
Now I can lead you there. We know exactly the way, don't we, honey? But we need to secure that.
You can follow.
We need to secure that head, and I'm not touching it. Not for another handful of gold. Not for nothing.
All right.
I'm sure one of these strapping young boys can carry the head.
Gideon and I'll worry about the head. Rett, Quibly's onto something. We need to find as much fucking evidence as we can. Look, you guys have dealt with Mr. Creed more than I have. What with me being gone and all. You know the man is well connected. I don't know what else we can do except try to bring all of this to light.
well, that's a good point, Shepard. I mean, we only know that he had dealings with Smiling Jack because of whatever the fuck you just did. But we're gonna need something that we can point at that'll tie the two of them together if we're gonna handle Creed when we get back.
Nobody's gonna believe about fucking visions.
Our word versus theirs.
Nobody's gonna believe about anything you have to say. They're running the whole damn town. What are you gonna do to convince people?
Evidence.
Well, they'll just say you faked it. That you're a bunch of liars.
Well, we look around trying to find something irrefutable. I don't know, dealings that tie the two of them together.
I've been doing this a long time. And if there's anything on this plane that I believe in, it's that the truth will prevail.
I'll be like, almost like unfocused, sort of staring off, not really looking at anything. I'm not looking at the head. I'm like only half paying attention with sort of a grave look on my face. And I'll just sort of say under my breath, "Oh, Edwin, we sealed your fate 30 years ago. Gid took us to this mine, to that place. Your fate was sealed. This is my penance. This is retribution for my sins. I'll take the head."
What are you talking about?
I'll walk up to the head, and I will pick it up.
Yeah, you do very easily.
And I will, if I have any kind of bag or anything, I will put it in there and just sort of almost twist it and just hold it.
Yeah, you hold it and it's grinning at you. with this mad, its eyes are still smiling as you place it into the bag.
He was a friend. Edwin Fizzywig. Or Wigsy, as we called him.
That's a cute name. I like it.
Yeah, I like that a lot. He was part of the group of folks that came to Eden, that founded Eden. Now he's fucking... Now he's fucking dead. Because of me. We're gonna make this right.
Well, how's it your fault? What did you do?
Because when Gid was a boy, he led us here. He can see things. The earth speaks to him, and he led us to Eden. And he found the veins of Essentia that became Glitter Deep Mine, and when old Fezziwig started the operation, that's why they killed him. His fucking creed. He wanted to own all this fucking land. It might not be just the mine. Who knows what he's fucking up to? But it's not good.
Well, that doesn't sound like it's your fault. It sounds like it's his.
No, it's my fault. He is a gift. I was the one that brought us here. And I was the one that insisted that Fezziwig, that he start the mine and that we start the town. It was me.
No, it ain't your fault and it ain't his either. Look, you need to listen to me just like Quibby needs to listen to me. You didn't do nothing wrong by trying to make a life for your boys. You're not the one that decided you're gonna go on and kill him. That's Grinning Jack's fault.
You listen to my wife. Don't you blame yourself for someone else's violence.
You didn't do nothing.
They're right.
All right?
You done a lot of good, Rett. Come on.
It hasn't been enough.
Well, it's gonna have to be enough. We got a lot of shit to do in this place, and we can't do it if you're burdened with guilt. So you're gonna have to find some way to let it
Right
go.
again, sweet tits.
Oh, I know, honey. I love it when you call me that. My timid man.
Mrs. Goins, I appreciate the concern. I do. But we're dealing with dark things.
Oh, I can tell. Look at what it did to my honey.
It's not just the gods that live beneath us, but demons too. And I thought they were locked away. I thought that the Forgotten killed them and buried them. But here they stand. The brimstone.
Well,
I thought I could leave it behind me, but it haunts me still.
well, I can't speak about gods or demons or devils or anything, but I don't think they give a shit about your past. But they should care about your future, because if anyone's going to do anything about it, it's going to be us. We're the only ones who know. If we don't do something...
Let's find the chamber. You said you know where it is, right?
Follow me.
Anything that looks like it could be useful, take it with. But be careful what you're touching.
Well, you'll know, right, if we're touching bad things down in these mines?
I don't know what I know. Just don't touch anything unless he says so.
And call it out. I don't want you grabbing anything either and having another episode.
I got a kerchief right here, and we'll be making sure we don't touch nothing with the bare fungus of our hands.
You listen to me, you call it out.
I'll call it out. I think I know what I'm looking for. I saw it in my mind's eye when I was holding that head.
I'll sling my rifle back off my shoulder, ready. Say, lead the way. I got your back.
I'll unholster my pistol, and I will pull back the hammer. And I will steadily make my way down through the remaining hall corridors, the caves, trying to remember left, right, wherever heads down to get to that lower chamber.
Before I start moving, I'll linger a gaze on Rett for no more than 3 seconds. But it'll linger. And I won't say anything except, I'm with you, Shepherd. And I'll turn and follow him.
I will linger actually back with Rett. And just follow from behind. Rett, before we head on down there, I know you feel guilt. I don't really know your full story, but you're good for them boys. And in this friend of yours that you lost and all this guilt you're holding on to, if it'll help, I'm happy to lend myself, and my husband, he would agree. He's not here to consent, but he would agree. You can ask him. We're happy to help you find the retribution you need to pay for whatever crimes you think you've committed. Because you can't right the wrongs of your past, but you can cause some hell about it.
I appreciate that, Mrs. Goins. I do. And I'm not looking for retribution. I just don't want doom to come to Eden. That's all.
I don't think any of us do. But I don't know your story. I don't know how long you've been with them boys. They're huge. You've seen them. And they're smart, too. And quick. And strong. If anybody is going to be able to save Eden, it's going to be them two. They can't do it worrying about you.
They're good boys.
Yeah, they are.
And I raised them up as best I could.
Yeah, you did.
In the way that their fathers would have wanted.
You're right, sir, you are.
But they don't deserve this. They don't deserve to get mixed up into any of this because of the sins of their fathers.
Nobody deserves the shit that gets thrown on top of them most of the time. They're not the only kids that gotta deal with the sins of their parents. But they've had you right by their side, trying to teach them the way, how to navigate all this shit. And you're still there. You can do it. I know you can.
Well,
they ain't gonna let you down. I can see it in their eyes and the way they look at you. You may feel like you've done a ton of things right or wrong. And every time you're feeling that way, look at the two of them, because that's 2 things you've done right.
well, I appreciate it, Mrs. Goins.
I can't stay long, because Quibby gets anxiety if I'm not right next to him for too long, so I'm going to have to hustle on up there to the front.
Go on and...
I can tell he's already shaking, so I got to get on up there and make sure he's all right.
Jim, I have an ability. Quibly does.
Jim?
Yep.
GM.
Oh.
Compression gem.
Also,
Compression gem.
Yeah.
I have an
Jim
ability
Morgan.
that I would. It's inspirational words. It's one of my abilities as a rogue via my domain of grace.
Yep.
I can use it once per long rest, only because I have 1+1 presence. I would like to gift my inspirational words to my wife to gift to Rett. Because that was such an inspiring speech. If you will allow it, I can only do it once per round, and he can choose. You may choose to clear a stress, clear a hit point, or gain a hope. One of those 3 options via the inspiration.
Via the Goins family.
Via the Goins family.
I will allow it.
Thank you.
Excellent choice.
Thank
Goes
you.
transference.
That's spent.
I will.
The transitive goes.
I'm going to gain a hope.
Hell yeah.
Because
I love that.
in the diegetically, Rett feels a little more hope.
Aw,
because
I
of that
love
speech.
that.
Well done. Well done.
Well done. Well done.
Well, you go on and you got a good husband. I'll say
Oh, I
that.
know it. Now I'm going to reach out and I'm going to pat you on the back of the knee. And then I'm going to...
Lead me with my prayers.
I'm going to make my way forward and hop on over to my hubby.
It's at this point where you two have lingered back. Shep, Gideon, you're following Quibly. Quibly knows this place, and he's a little distant, though. And Quibly, as you go forward, you hear,
You know you're not supposed to be going down there, Quibly goes.
You're dead. You're dead. You can't speak to me.
Come on, stupid! Can't you fucking read? As you approach down into the down the shaft, and you see the chamber ahead of you with this way, and it says "keep out," spelled O-W-T.
Are you sure it doesn't say "don't gones" here?
As
No goons allowed.
as you see these warning signs as you get deeper and deeper to turn back, and it says,
Oh, I told you you're not supposed to be fucking in there. That's what your old pal, Noki Jake, was trying to do. Oh, poor young fucking Jacob. He sealed his own fate.
I'll go wherever
Down
the hell
here.
I want.
Oh,
You're
down.
just a figment of my imagination.
Oh, going to hell, whatever the hell you want. That's where you're gonna be fucking going, Quibly. Right where I am.
I ain't going nowhere. That's you. That's you. You're the one who made the deal.
Mr. Gones, you alright? Hey. You talking to yourself again? Everything alright?
Yeah. I'm all right. I'm just a little shook.
Stay with us,
Shook.
alright?
It's I think it's see this keep out here. I think it's behind this sign. Help me up with these boards.
and it is boarded up. As as you see that you know that right ahead of this this barricade is where this chamber is, and where you've gone down the various shafts and the drifts of the mine to feel like above you is the chamber where you've had this brutal battle not too long ago.
I'm not very strong, but
I'll walk forward.
Yeah.
I'll push Quibly out of the way. I'll walk forward and just raise
catch him.
my
Hey,
raise
dog.
my rock crushing hammer and just try and swing and crack straight through the like if it's presumably it's like a lineup of boards, and if it's open behind it, and I don't think this is gonna like blast shrapnel into a like a tender room, I'll try and just crush through it for speed.
Let me get a strength roll from you, Gideon. I'm fishing for fear. I don't know if you knew this about me.
I'm fishing, bro.
It's almost like the system incentivizes you to push rolls on your players.
Fear. Open fear.
Oh yeah. Hope and fear.
Oh, nice. Oh,
so
gosh,
remind me
by one.
of that because I changed them.
So only an 11, but with hope.
Nice.
An 11 with hope. That was a success. As you smash through, and with how massive Gideon is and the fullness of his swing, he smashes forward, and you splinter, the wood splinters, and you realize, almost by perhaps the providence of the Mother of Mercy, your father's, the god that he prays to, that you hear the crackling and splintering, the snapping of cord and of rope, as you see huge beams of wood with a jury-rigged spike trap of these massive arms covered in spikes and rusty metal that were meant to swing forward and stab anyone who had pushed forward. But with the severity of your swing, you've completely dismantled all of the rigging and all of the mechanics of this trap. As they kind of splinter and clatter down, you hear the scraping of these rusty metal spikes as you enter the chamber.
Just before you enter, I would say,
Well done. That would have taken one of us out lickety split.
Damn, kid. Nice job.
We gotta be careful down here. I mean, he definitely didn't want anybody getting into this section.
Yeah, that grinning Jack was one sick fuck.
Did he have other traps like this? I mean, do you think that this is done? Or, I mean, is there other things gonna pop out to us as we go in there?
I worked for Grinning Jack. Was he a trapsy fellow?
You know that he was, he liked to kind of put his hand
I
at simple
remember he
things.
put out the decoy sniper, for example. Right?
Yeah,
And
so this is
those
the kind of clever... He had folks that did that sort of thing. I would say that you probably get the sense that this would probably be... It would be a very bad time if someone encountered that trap.
I would propose we venture forward cautiously. Well, I wouldn't know what to expect. You remember the decoy sniper as an example? He could be doing anything, and this would be his most precious of treasures.
Yeah, so he likes tricks, so we'll just keep an eye open as we go in here.
Who would have thought? Be using what I taught him all these years later. If I can use sort of my experience as an inventor and as a tinkerer, could I, and kind of now sort of getting a sense of like, oh, there's sort of these mechanical things that maybe he picked up some of it from me. Just kind of getting a sense of like, or as we walk through, just being super mindful of any evidence before we walk into a trap.
Mindful of evidence of traps?
Or just, yeah, basically, I want to make sure that we're keeping an eye out. That, like, I'm sort of snapped in, I'm snapped back to the present. I want to make sure that, like, if they're walking ahead, I'm just sort of looking around to make sure I can call out any traps if I see any evidence of one. So that we don't walk into it.
Yeah, why don't you just give me a general instinct roll for me? Actually, do a knowledge roll. Whichever is higher. Whichever you prefer.
Knowledge would be great.
Nice.
That is a 19 with fear.
Ooh, that's okay.
19 with fear.
19's a good roll.
19's a good roll.
19's a good roll.
Better than getting
Good
impaled.
roll, everybody.
A little fear's better than getting impaled.
You definitely taught Grinning Jack. He was interested in traps. I mean, even just simple traps to catch wild game. And you recognize some of the tricks of the trade that you taught him to make more sophisticated options. And you all enter this place as you are able to see a very simple, what looks like a makeshift bedroom. And this is very clearly where Jack would slink away to in certain on certain nights. And there is a number of whiskey bottles, some broken, kind of scattered across the area. There is
all empty, I'm presuming.
Oh yeah, you see that there actually is a chest of what looks like, or a crate that has a handful of filled whiskey bottles. Ooh. As you look around and you see what looks very simple, there is a rack of relatively nice clothes, all pilfered, all varying styles, that all seem to be that would have just been stolen from various stagecoaches. There is a large chest at the center, or at the far end, with a heavy padlock. You see that there is a handful of just simple wooden tables, a deck of playing cards scattered across, a handful of dice, and where simple pleasures might be enjoyed. But you see that next to this bed with a feather pillow, that there is something sitting on a table next to it. And you stare, and all of you see this. Quibly has seen this before, but this is the first time you see it. As it's this dark crystal, about this big, jagged, as it almost splits into 2 points that almost kind of seem, if you didn't know any better, the shape of bull's horns. As you see and you look at it and you're approaching and you're expecting it to just be this strange dark crystal, but then you see that there seems to be smoke and embers within it. As it fills your stomach with a pit of dread, as you see for just a moment that the wisps of what looks like fire within, and then it returns back to a dull, dark, ashen gray, and settles. You have found this shard, a soul shard, and you're all level 2.
Oh! Nice!
Let's go.
Shepard, I'm calling it out. whiskey.
Let's level up, folks.
All right.
Those of you at home might be asking yourselves a question: what is Dagger? No. How do you level up in Daggerheart?
Very funny.
Well, there's a few different things that we need to discuss, just real quick, to give everybody an idea of what's happening at home. There are tiers of play in Daggerheart, much like some other TTRPG systems. Tier 1 only encompasses level 1 itself. So last session was a Tier 1 session that we played. Tier 2 encompasses levels 2, 3, and 4. So we are now, by hitting level 2, progressing to Tier 2 level of play.
Entering in.
Which is pretty cool. There's a couple of things that happen. At level 2, we will all gain an additional experience. You mentioned earlier one of the experiences that you wanted to use. We started off with 2. We'll all gain an additional up to a third one, which potentially gives us an additional +2 bonus, spending a hope on rolls that matter there. Also, we get a +1 permanent bonus to our proficiency. That is super important for a number of reasons, but one of the coolest reasons is if maybe we have combat for the rest of this campaign.
Combat?
Who knows?
I don't think we're going to be fighting stuff.
Your proficiency directly determines the number of damage dice that you roll. So at level 1, I, just as an example, for my rifle was rolling 1, because of my proficiency being 1, d8 plus whatever my modifier is. Now, because I have proficiency 2, I'll be rolling 2d8. Gideon, you'll be rolling
2d12.
Exactly, and so on and so forth around the table, which is pretty cool. There are other breakpoints like level 5 and level 8 where you get other cool stuff as well. But the neat thing is, and it'll be hard for me to kind of show you this, but on the back of our character sheets, we're also given a litany of options at Tier 2 with checkboxes that we can sometimes, some of them can only be picked once, some of them can be picked multiple times. And so we kind of agreed amongst ourselves as a table that in addition to the 1 extra domain card that we all get to pick for leveling up, we all picked the option of choosing a second additional domain card of our level or lower. So now that we've hit level 2, we each got to add 2 additional level 2 or 1 domain cards. And what does that mean? A domain card is basically like a feature or a feat that gives us extra cool abilities that we get to show off on stream. Some of them are passive, some of them are active. Sometimes you roll for things, there are different abilities. And it kind of just rounds out our character and gives us more to do. In addition to that, you might be able to pick to permanently gain 1 HP slot, gain an additional stress slot. One time you can pick to get bonus to your evasion. Lots of really cool stuff that you can pick through the levels 2, 3, and 4. And we can all kind of go around the table and discuss what we picked. I'm happy to go first.
Yeah, that's fun.
Please.
Like I said, I took permanent +1 to evasion. I can only pick that 1 time from level 2, 3, and 4. And the 2 domain cards that I picked are Ferocity, which is when I cause an adversary to mark 1 or more hit points, I can spend 2 hope to increase my evasion by that same number of hit points. So by dealing damage, I become harder to hit, which is pretty cool.
That's so cool.
And the other one is Strategic Approach, which feels very kind of Ranger Hunter-esque. After a long rest, I get to take a number of tokens equal to my knowledge at a minimum of 1. My knowledge is 0, so it is a minimum of 1. And the first time that I move within close range of an adversary and make an attack against them, I can spend that 1 token to choose some different options. I get to attack with advantage, I can clear a stress on an ally within melee range of that person, or I can add an additional d8 to my damage roll. So lots of really cool stuff, lots of cool features. That's what I picked. Who's up next?
I'll go next. And I also took +1 evasion. I want to be as difficult to hit as possible, and that will help. We got, as part of the set that we got, I will also point out that we got this lovely set of cards. So this includes all the domain cards and a variety of other options, these kinds of things. So what you're going to see us play with is actually a very small percentage of what you're going to see. These were my level 1 abilities. I'm going to hold this up. They're going to be blurry. But you can see sort of what these cards kind of look like. You can see that there's a level at the top here, and then general description text with the art, that kind of thing. That was inspirational words, which is what I gifted Portia. And I've taken 2 domain cards. I've chosen these 2. Those are the ones I've chosen, and those will manifest as we play on.
And then the only other thing I forgot to mention is that also we get to increase our damage thresholds, which means we are harder to take. We're hardier. We are more difficult to damage. Go ahead, Nikki. Sorry.
Very, very, very quickly, I'm just going to also say something that I love about this system. Our weapon damage dice always has like D6 plus 1, or just D6 or D8, depending on the weapon, that sort of thing. The number of dice we roll goes up incrementally with our proficiency. So now that we have 2 proficiency, instead of 1d6, I'll be rolling 2d6 for my revolver. I think that's a very elegant way to keep things getting more and more exciting and up the stakes as you get to the higher tiers of play. That's all I wanted to say. Please go ahead.
Thank you, Derek. I took 2 spells. Both of them are, I believe, midnight spells. And I took a 1 and a 2. Number 1 is called Rune Ward, but I refer to it as Ball and Chain. You have a deeply personal trinket that can be infused with protective magic and held as a ward by you or an ally. That is our wedding band. So that's the wedding band
cute.
on Quibly's finger. I describe what it is and why it's important to me, what I just did. The ward's holder, which is Quibly. Yeah. The ward's holder, which is Quibly, can spend hope to reduce incoming damage by 1d8.
Nice.
If the ward die result is an 8, the ward's power ends after it reduces the damage that turn, and then is recharged after a long rest. So
we're looking for all 7, sweetie.
Yep, all 7s can use it as often as he has hope.
That's awesome.
But the moment
That's
it gets to
amazing.
8, it puts it on. What
are your 2
cooldown.
domains?
Oh, I am Arcana and Midnight.
I believe that's an Arcana ability.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
Well, yeah. That sounds right. That sounds right, Rich.
You can tell
What do
by
I
the
know?
symbols on your character.
Oh, you're right, because it's in the. Yep, you're right. It's in the same order. Look, I'm stupid. I don't know.
And something that I also enjoy about this pairing,
aren't.
we both share
Let me be
midnight
whatever I
at our
want.
class
No,
level.
you
We
can't.
do, yeah.
Midnight in
Do whatever I
Arcana,
want.
midnight
No,
in
you
Grace.
can't.
Yes, I can.
All Grace,
Okay.
sweet.
Yes, I can.
Okay.
And then my other one is also an Arcana ability. And it's
flavorful
called
for her.
it's called Cinder Grasp on the card, but I call it Wife Aggro. And it's
That's fun.
thank you. It's make a spellcast roll against a target within melee range. On a success, the target instantly bursts into flames, takes 1d20 plus 3 magic damage, and is
Holy!
temporarily lit on fire.
Wow.
When a creature,
That's amazing.
I know. When a creature acts while on fire, they must take an extra 2d6 magic damage if they are still on fire at the end of their action. So as long as they continue to make me angry and incur wife aggro,
You become fire starter.
then yeah, I just keep them on. I continue to be angry at them.
Incredible.
You don't want to make my wife mad.
Obviously, I took an additional card, an additional domain ability. And I also chose to gain a +1 bonus to 2 unmarked character traits and mark them. So I gained a bonus in strength and a bonus in knowledge.
Yeah, so on your character sheet, you'll notice that there's these little circles next to your stats. If you mark it, then it no longer is marked. It's a way that he can't take it over and over again, right?
Exactly.
It's
So
just
basically, it
different things.
forces you to get a +1 in everything before you can even kind of take it
Yeah.
again, right?
Oh, I
So-
guess I should say
that's cool.
I took an extra stress.
Oh, there you go.
Because I have a lot of headaches and I get very stressed, so I needed some extra.
Meaning she has more capacity for stress.
stress.
She did not take a stress.
No, yeah, thank you.
That's right.
Thank you, my
She's
two
an
husband.
additional stress slot.
Yes.
Yeah. Did you just call me a slot?
And so, as a Seraph,
How dare you?
my spellcasting ability is strength. Actually, I think it's based on subclass. So, as a divine wielder,
Yeah.
my spellcasting ability is strength. So that means that whenever I make spellcasting rolls for my various ranged abilities, my new healing ability that I'll go over in a second, I get a +3
nice.
instead of a +2. So that's huge. And for my 2 abilities that I chose, from the Valor domain, this is my first Valor ability, that my tank son and I share. We both have share the Valor domain. I chose Forceful Push. When I make an attack with my primary weapon against a target within melee range, on a success, I deal damage and knock them back to close range. On a success with Hope, add a d6 to your damage. Additionally, I can spend a Hope to make them temporarily vulnerable. So this is the first thing I've
that's
seen
sick.
where if you happen to roll with Hope, it does an extra thing. That's fucking awesome.
What are your 2 domains?
They are Splendor and Valor.
So I don't share a domain with anybody.
Correct. So we
Because
share
I'm
a
Sage
domain.
and
We
Bo.
share a domain.
You share a domain.
That's very
It's
Shepherd.
very thematic.
Wow!
That's
It's
very
almost like we
Shepherd.
planned it.
I know, right? You would have thought. And then that's a level 1 ability. So my only level 2 ability that I chose is Healing Hands.
Hell yeah.
I can make a spellcast roll of 13 and target a creature other than myself within melee range. On a success, I can mark a stress to clear 2 hit points or 2 stress targets. On a failure, I still mark a stress, and I only heal 1 hit point and 1 stress. I can't heal the same target again until I finish a long rest. So another awesome mechanic where no matter what, if I use this ability, I am going to mark a stress and I'm going to heal somebody, but the success is to heal 2 versus 1. Super cool.
Oh.
It's not save or suck. It's basically no matter what, I'm going to do something at the cost of my stress. And that's
success
really
or
fucking cool.
more success.
Exactly right.
Yeah,
Good or
that's
great?
Very cool. Yeah.
Very well designed.
I also have leveled up, and I also have taken an additional stress slot. I thought that this was actually a phenomenal design for how to tank in combat, and I've never had more fun attempting to tank than that last combat session.
No, and you tanked.
And
You tanked.
it
I have
was,
to say,
it
and I
was
have to say,
very cool.
And I have
It
to say,
was wild.
and I have
Yeah.
to say, thank you.
Oh,
Thank you.
Beautiful.
You're welcome. I didn't save your life.
I'm really
I didn't save
glad-
exactly your life.
I'm really glad you had to turn towards me and go, I need you to shut up because
Yeah,
this is
yeah.
really funny.
Please,
Because
I'm
it
doing
was.
something.
It was very funny.
I'm doing something. Well, I'm doing something.
What are your
So I have taken an additional stress slot, as I said, and I took 2 ability cards. As Rett has said, I'm a Valor, we share that, and Blade.
Thank you.
And I have taken, of the Valor class, I've taken Body Basher. You use the full force of your body in a fight. On a successful attack using a weapon with a melee range, gain a bonus to your damage roll equal to your strength. I thought that was very cool. And then this, I'm not going to read this ability because I like to hold it back for a second. But I will say that it is called, you can Google it if you'd like. It's called a Soldier's Bond, but I'm gonna rename it as Nikki did. I'm gonna rename it to a Brother's Bond.
Aw, I love that.
Well done.
Brother's
And it's worth
Bond.
mentioning, obviously, you know, we enjoy making things as thematic as possible across mechanics and across the story and all of that stuff. But one of the best things about this, again, if you just aren't used to Daggerheart, if you've never played before, is the whole idea of narrative first and storytelling first and being creative and homebrewing or reflavoring whatever you need to make it work. It's encouraged. It's explicitly stated in the core rules. So, pretty cool.
Very cool.
Mikey also leveled up as GM. He
That's
now
true.
has the ability to freak out players and
he
explode organs.
He
I was
uses
gonna
a
make-
D20 for fear.
I was going to make a joke that he gets 24 fear now instead of 12. But I don't want to confuse anybody.
man.
Yeah.
That
So,
is
for those of you
crazy.
that don't know, his fear does cap out at 12.
That's right, that's right.
You know, so very much use him or lose him.
Which we gave him before combat very stupidly.
I actually do level up in a way.
Right, because you can
In
sit
the
down
sense
and
that we
GM
are
now.
in now the second tier of play.
Yeah.
And so now I have
difference.
access to, I technically could have always used this, but now I have access to tier 2 enemies, environments, and other such challenges to
cool.
make it far more difficult because there's a lot of really cool stuff. So I did get to
Well said,
level
man.
up in a
Well
way because I'm very excited. I tried to keep it to entirely tier 1 challenges before, and now I have an entirely new toolbox of threats and challenges and encounters to enjoy myself.
You're gonna cut loose.
Awesome. I'm very excited.
Footloose.
I think.
Pick
The
up
other thing I
my
wanted to mention
shoes.
too, as well, is that your proficiency is not linear with your level. The max level is 10, and your max proficiency is 6. So we get 1 now, but we don't necessarily get 1 to level 3, right? It's not exactly 1-to-1 as we're leveling up. But I love that at level 2, they immediately give you a second proficiency so that you do get to roll more dice, and you immediately makes you feel more powerful.
It makes the
Feel
first
progression.
level up feel very good.
Impactful.
You
Yep.
know?
Totally agree.
Yeah,
And it's
so
like very
that's very
clearly
cool.
level 2 or tier 1 is like, hey, this is an intro into the game. And then they really, once you know the game, then they ratchet you up
Yeah.
for level 2 and tier 2 right away. Really cool.
Rolling double damage immediately is like, so, I mean, that's one of the biggest scales you're going to have, right? Because once you add another damage dice, you don't double it, but you increase you increase a very relevant amount, but the first is a doubling, which is going to feel very strong. I think if we get in the combat.
And one more thing that I wanted to say, another cool thing, and another reason why I wanted to up my strength modifier is my class feature, our prayer dice, which you may have seen me use last episode. The number of prayer dice is equal to my spellcasting trait. So for my class and subclass and my abilities, the spellcasting trait is very important.
You get so much stuff.
So
that's
I'm
awesome.
Oh, that's very cool. So leveling up really brought you online in a big way.
Oh yeah.
Dang.
So, does this description of this item that you've just given us make me feel any different or anything else? And I guess if you need a clarifying question, do I feel like this crystal, this shard, may have come from the same place that I have?
Make a knowledge roll at advantage.
Ooh.
No, I have no plus to this, so no modifier. Woof. A 16 with fear.
Okay.
That's right. Is that?
This is my hope.
I'll take a fear. I'm at 7, I believe.
No, you haven't spent it. You should be at 8.
Oh, at
you're
8.
at 8.
Sorry.
Yeah, you should be at 8.
No. You start at 5, right?
Because it was fear, fear, fear.
8.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. I thought it was 2, but you're absolutely correct.
This, you feel that this is absolutely something of the circles below. Something of hell. And you feel that there's some sort of... As you feel that there... But you're not sure to what extent. It's not anything connected to the Infernus or your species. But you know that from what you had heard speaking, from what you had heard, the presence you had felt, and the power that Grinning Jack had, this is absolutely a tether to the circles below, perhaps, or hell brought to Earth.
Okay.
Ship, I'm calling it out. That's what I saw.
Fuck. Alright. Hang on. And I'm just gonna take a few steps closer to it until I'm within, like, grabbing distance, but I'm not gonna touch it. I just want to get a closer look.
Well, be careful, Shepard. I think someone's demon visions and fire. Be careful.
Look, kid, I appreciate it, but look at me. You want to talk about sin? I am what I am from the circles below. And if anybody's gonna touch this thing, I think it should be me. Any objections? Rett?
Deep Mother walks with you, son.
I will sling Revelation over my shoulder as I, like Quibly, will reach into my pocket and pull out a handkerchief and reach out with my left hand, draping the handkerchief over this thing. How big is it?
About probably this big, about a shard, and it kind of stands with a flattened base. And you see, actually, you don't even need to roll for it. Certain areas, especially along the side and the bottom of it, have seemed to have been filed off and flaked, and you think about very easily the powders that had been thrown onto this brazier, that it probably had been much larger at some point, but it's having been shaved down. But once again, it's got that flat base, and then as it splits off jagged, it looks natural, but it seems to kind of have those curved 2 points like the bull. And as you look at it, you can feel that same sense that you felt when you were riding back to Eden. And as you look at it, you feel it's almost the glinting of ember and smoke is gone, and now just a dull gray crystal with a slight orangish reddish core. But you feel as if it's telling you, ready for blood.
Gid, if this goes sideways, you smack this thing out of my hand with that hammer. I don't care if you break my hand.
I'm ready, Shepard. You start talking crazy, hearing voices, seeing visions, I'll knock it away from you.
We walk in her realm.
2, 3, and I'm gonna try to snatch it up.
You reach out and grab it. As
Mikey's got that on a timer.
No, this is
This is more accurate than the Taco Bell deal.
What the hell? The music's a paid actor.
you hold it, you feel nothing. It is surprisingly warm, but not too hot. It's as if someone had set it into the coals of a campfire just to warm up a pot of cowboy coffee that you've made. No more hot than that.
Things a little warm, but it might be dormant.
It's not doing anything to you?
Not that I can tell.
Well, maybe we just put it away. We take it back for now. They wanted this thing.
Yeah, just wrap that thing up and let's get the hell out of here.
I'll wrap it up well, and I'll stick it in an inner pocket
Yeah.
underneath my vest and my overcoat. And I'll turn to the Goneses, and I'll say, Miss Gones, Mr. Gones, thank you. You done good.
Well, you're very welcome. We're happy to help.
I'm sorry that this is so much worse than I ever could have imagined. I don't know what we got you wrapped up into.
Well, no worse than marriage.
We're grateful.
Shetland does not crack.
Quibly stops.
You guys are too fucking funny.
Quibly doesn't even blink. We're grateful that we have our lives and all our parts is all.
Well, it's a good thing we had you two here. I mean, you're a heck of a pair in a fight.
We do all right. I start to look around.
We complement each other beautifully, I think.
I give Portia a knowing look as I start to survey the room. There's whiskey. Are there other lootables? My fingers, they grow sticky with thieving.
Yeah. If you guys want to kind of case, look through the room,
yeah.
whoever would like to lead, and we'll do a group roll.
You mentioned there was a bed in
Yes.
here. Does it look like he had been like kind of living, or I mean, I guess he'd live in the whole place, but like this is their hideout. But does this look like this was like his personal quarters?
Yeah, I think that's pretty obvious to say,
Okay.
or at least one of.
Okay. Yeah, I think perhaps Quibly would be taking the lead on searching the room.
Okay.
I would absolutely take the lead.
Then, everyone make.
I immediately go into thievery mode, and I am just.
I
If
think
we have a pack, I'm asking Portia to hold it open. We're putting in a few whiskey bottles, whatever else we can find. Times are hard.
Why don't we make it a finesse roll? A group finesse roll.
And so what's really cool about this is when it comes to group action rolls, we choose basically one person to be the leader.
Oh, yeah.
And then we are going to affect the overall roll by adding one or subtracting one based on the results of whether or not we each individually succeed as we're helping our
I'll roll
person
last.
leading the group action roll.
I'll roll last to see how well I do.
Finesse,
and I'll
eh?
add little beans
and
for this
you're
purpose.
you're our leader for this.
Does the
Quibly? Yeah.
hope matter for us? Just for him?
No, it only matters for the person you roll. I just had.
I
a-
think- yeah,
good
I
question.
believe that. I
Thank you
believe
for
that's
asking that.
correct.
I'm gonna pull
Yeah.
it up just in case. We'll all roll and then figure it out.
I didn't like that.
Oh hell yeah!
Oh, let's go.
Crushed it. I got a 19.
Oof. I got a 10 with hope if it matters, but a 10.
I don't know what our threshold is for me getting a +1 or not, but I'm presuming I get a +1 with the 19.
Oh yeah. Once we tell Mikey what we all rolled, he'll tell us what you add to your.
Okay.
I got an 8.
8, okay.
10.
10,
19.
19,
19.
19. Add a 2.
Okay.
Oh!
So it's +2 and then -2, so it's actually a +0.
Oh, +0.
'Cause for every fail
that's
is-
right. That's
Oh.
right. Yep.
Okay, so this is a
So
straight
just
roll.
straight?
roll. Bread and butter. I have +2
I'm a
finesse,
little
so I've
distracted.
added 2 little gizmos to track my modifier, and that's gonna just disappear underneath the table there.
But you know it's one.
I know
Just
it's
make
one.
sure to keep your eyes peeled for anything
Wow, I
that links
rolled
into
high,
Orin.
but I will once again award the GM with some fear.
Thank you.
As I get
Oh, is that 11 and
25.
12?
I get a 25.
Yeah.
Oh god.
So we find what we're looking for, but I maybe start grinning a little.
Also, in this lovely call-out box, for example of a group action roll, the person who's taking the lead is Shepherd the Druid.
Oh, yeah, I noticed that. There is a
Very
shepherd
funny.
that's in some of the examples.
It's very funny.
Yeah, but in the book it's pronounced Shepherd.
Okay.
We case the joint. We are experienced robbers, and between the two of us and the help of everyone else's eyes, I imagine we find anything we might be looking for.
You find, I mean, with that roll, you find what I will say is 1 chest worth of gold.
Oh!
So 1 chest worth of coins, worth of valuables,
nice.
rings, a lot of jewelry, fine perfumes
That's a lot of gold.
and silks from stagecoaches of dancers, dancing ladies, perhaps going to the next town. But 1 chest worth of gold, worth of.
That's a lot of gold.
And so whether or not you want to be able to ramp back is one thing, because you are on foot.
Look at all this treasure, and we have nothing to carry it in? Are you all kidding me?
You telling me you can't carry that?
Hey, I'd ask you to put it in my hat, but...
I hate when you do that. Oh, that upsets me.
But you roll the fear, and you hear, now didn't your degenerate of a fucking mother ever teach you not to go through people's personal fucking effects, Quibly?
Jack, I swear to the gods, I don't want to hear you no more. I don't want to hear another word.
Oh, that's my fucking shot. He didn't give it to you. He gave it to me. Why don't you give it to your wife with her freak fucking powers, huh?
You should never have accepted that damn thing.
Oh, you never should have expected the fucking job. Quibly, oh, you're gonna be in here in hell along with me, laughing all the way. As you hear this, and as you're hearing this, I say, no, don't look under there, don't look under there, Quibly, as the voice quiets. And you find a crumpled piece of paper under the mattress.
I go straight to it, and I just...
As you open it, and you see in perfect penmanship, in almost like meticulously calculated penmanship, a note that's been written. The deputy is asking questions. He will not cooperate. No sign of the sheriff. Time to make the move. I will handle the rest. My agents will not stop yours. I will give him a lead. Creek southwest of town. Use a bullet. Make it look sloppy. No more mistakes. Creed's patience is running out. This is your last chance. If you fail, I'm coming. His name is Emmett Tallow. See photograph. Burn this.
Oh!
And for a moment, I grin, and I reach down for my matches, and then I shake my head out of it.
Oh!
Hey, guys, I found something.
What is it?
I found this note under here, this here mountain
What's it
mattress.
say?
Well, read it yourself. Gross.
Your eyeballs triangulating.
That's...
I'll read out what Quibly, what you just dictated.
Yeah.
I'll share with everybody. Well, Shepherd, man, this is about Emmett.
And you, and I will say, along with that, underneath, you kind of are able to go back under the mattress and you find, while you're reading it out, you see if there's anything else, and you find a photograph of Deputy Emmett Tallow. He's a human man in a frock coat, with a bowler cap, a mustache and beard, about the same age as Shepherd, as he's standing and posing for a photo, perhaps the only photo that of him that exists.
Hey, Shep.
Yeah.
I found Emmett. It's celluloid. It's a nice picture. I think it came with the letter. They knew exactly who they was looking for.
Emmett. I'm sorry.
And he's sitting You see him, or rather, you see him standing. He has his deputy's badge. He's just looking at the camera. He's very clearly posing for a portrait. And this may have been perhaps taken for the newspaper. The Eden Weekly Trailblazer.
Well, he's with Our Lady below now. And though she may be forgotten, he is not. We should get going. Is there anything left here? We gotta fucking expose this guy.
Evidence, like you said, that's what we need. We need some way to prove to everyone once and for all this man's crazy. He's after blood. He's after violence. He wants to destroy this whole place.
Well, this is it right here. We just get this out. We show this to people. I mean, at the very least, it clears Whiskey Ren. And now we know who's responsible, Shepard, for Tallow. If we can find justice for him.
If somehow Creed manages to slip out of this, I swear to you, kid, the last thing I ever do is put him in the ground.
I'll be right there with you. He won't get away with this. And it may have started with Tallow, but he's got much bigger plans. We absolutely are going to put a stop to him.
Yeah, I see the note.
Rett. You made a mention of the handwriting. Did I think the handwriting looked familiar at all? Perhaps if I'd ever seen something written down in the mines. It glittered deep.
I would say it doesn't look familiar to you.
As I look at it, I would like to see if this is something that maybe an automatic writing machine would make, or if it's akin to anything produced by Essentia Power technology.
Make a knowledge roll at advantage for me, Richard.
Because I got a sneaking suspicion. A suspicion, as Quibly might say. You know, I'm feeding you well, brother.
Stop! Everyone stop looking at things! Don't do anything at all!
21 with fear.
Oh.
21 with fear.
Just makes the game fun.
You look at the penmanship, and it's extremely precise. It is so precise, it does look automatic. You can't be entirely sure, because there might be someone who's a very well-trained calligrapher. But this does seem, if you had to guess, if you had a wager, you would think that whether this was made by an automatic writing machine or an individual of the Clank heritage, you'd bet a lot of your wealth on it.
I'm starting to burn with righteous fury. Shep doesn't say that.
I think it's time for a little frontier justice.
This was Deckard. I'd bet everything on it. I'll hand it back to Gideon. They're all gonna pay. All of them. For Edwin and for Emmett.
Who the fuck do they think they are? Just rolling into Eden. Making themselves king?
Like it's their fucking town.
There are some people in this world who are motivated by greed. And I'm saying this as I'm filling Portia's purse with a bag worth of gold, and I'm going to mark it off. But...
Oh, get that ring over there, honey.
Oh, yeah, no,
Thank
absolutely.
you,
That's a
thank
nice
you.
one. That's a pretty one.
Oh, that's a gilded frame. Grab that one.
What he said.
But they're not just doing this for power and greed. What I saw was a man motivated by something else. Annihilation. The power to rule over the ashes. To bring forth the first doom. Free him. Something about making the cosmos right again. This is something more. This is just the means to the end.
Zaragor. That's what Emmett found out. I saw that when we met Sporsky. I don't know what the fuck these guys are trying to accomplish or who they think they are, but I know one thing's for sure. They're gonna find out who the fuck we are. And that any harm they try and bring to Eden, we're gonna pay back to them tenfold.
Sporsky. How long has it been since I checked on him?
Well, he's probably playing poker right now.
It took us like
It's a couple days, like
took us
3
like
days.
3.5 days to get here.
days.
I would like to use. I'm gonna have to make an instinct roll.
Yeah.
The value I need is 12 or higher to use my mycelial array. To make a, what are we calling them? A mycogram?
Mycogram.
I would like to send a mycogram to see if I can communicate with old Sporsky.
You're gonna call Sporsky?
Maybe we should wait until we get out of this cave, but I think we should communicate with him right quick.
Well, you let him know he owes me a bag full of gold.
I'll be sure and tell him.
All right, you better make sure it's the first thing you say and the last thing you say.
Whatever you say, honey.
Because you
hold
gotta
on.
start the conversation so it's first thing on his mind, but you gotta make sure it's the last thing on his mind too, or he's not gonna pay back.
I'll make a note of it.
You need to warn him about Deckard. Inspector Deckard.
All right, bag of gold.
And all of his fucking men.
Deckard,
Deckard
bag of gold.
is a Dickard.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty funny. Maybe we use that on stage.
All
and
right.
then bag of gold again. Okay.
You know, why don't you stick another bag of gold somewhere in the middle, like when you're just talking about the things you two talk
Bag
about?
of gold, Deckard, bag of gold, Dickard, bag of gold.
Oh, don't mention Dickard twice.
And you would know that colloquially they've been called the Leviathan agents. They're the private security of Leviathan. Until he was officially anointed with official power of Eden, he was just the leader of the security force of Leviathan Mining and Railroad.
Do I think we'll get a stronger signal, for lack of a better term, out in the world? Am I a little bars on my microgram, or is it
I would say no. I mean, actually, it might be improved down here in the earth.
Okay. I'm gonna make a I'm gonna make an instinct roll, and I add +0 to this, so it's just straight. You're super cocked. That's very good. Aha, yes. Okay, it's not great, but it's a 13. No, I pass. I succeed. I manage to communicate with Sporsky, and I get a 12 with hope and a 1 with fear. So I roll with mega hope. Ooh. That's not a thing. I just roll with hope.
If you're worried too, you could also bump it by 2.
That's 10 fear, I think.
No, he got one hope.
He
10 fear.
rolled-
You do have 10. You do have 10. Sorry.
Yeah.
Bumping it
no.
with one of my experiences.
You could, if you're worried about 13 not being enough.
13. I know.
No,
I
no,
know.
you know the.
Oh, I'm
Based
sorry.
on the
I
value,
I
that
apologize.
I know that 12 is what
Understood.
I'm looking for.
Thank you for
so
clearing that up.
I'm comfortable and happy.
Perfect.
With a 13, I succeed in communicating with old Sporsky.
You channel this, and you call out through the network. You feel kind of almost this electricity on the air as you reach out to Sporsky. You're gonna make the call. You're thinking about everything that he's gonna tell you, and you call out. You understand. You communicated with Sporsky before, and you crackle, and it's static. Nothing's there. No one's there, except ring, ring. Oh, ring, ring. Fucking Quibly, you fucking traitor with that stupid mustache. Why don't you give that chrysalis fucking mind to your freak of a wife? See what happens. See what her brain does to you, to all of you. Oh, you think he's there? Where could he be?
I'm looking.
Where'd he go, Quibly? I don't
wanna
fucking
talk to
know.
you. I
I'm
wanna talk to
dead.
Sporsky.
Where'd
I
he
wanna
fucking
talk to
go,
him.
Quibly? You tell me.
Where is he? Is he gone? Why can't I communicate with him?
What are you talking about, honey?
No.
Jack, you let me through. You let me through right this instant.
Oh, you call him again.
I'll attempt to call him again.
You do. You can keep. Are you going to try it again?
Fish for fear, bro.
Yeah. Fish for fear.
What are you doing, man?
Wait, what do you mean you didn't
Don't
get
try
him?
it again. That would be terrible.
What do you mean you didn't get him? You gotta call him again.
I got nothing. I got nothing on the other
He's
end. It's
probably-
like he's not even there.
Well, he's probably drunk. He's just not answering your call. He's mad at you. You didn't show up for poker. Call him again. He'll answer. He owes me money. You better call him again.
I dig down deep, and this time I try to send a stronger signal. I am actively trying to deny any other voices that might get in the way. And
Give it an advantage because you're giving it again.
That's gonna be.
Doesn't sound very good.
If could I use grinning memories? I'm at 11, so it either fails or if I can try to bypass Jack and use that active knowledge, then I could get up to 13, but only by your grace.
I think you can get to 13. I don't think it's a bypass, Jack.
But if you want to succeed, you can succeed. Spend a hope, gain a hope.
Come on, Sporsky, come on! Jack, I need to speak to Sporsky. Are you listening? I need to get
now you're coming back and on your fucking knees groveling, aren't you?
I'm not groveling. I just need to speak to Sporsky. He's in danger.
You need a little help?
I know you don't care none, but I give a shit. I give a damn.
Okay. Let me help you here, buddy. Let me help you here. Sporsky! Ring, ring, Sporsky! Ring, ring. Oh, wait. Hold on. Oh, there he is! I got him! I got him, Quibly!
Where is he? I can't hear him.
He's here! He's in fucking hell, stupid! What do you fucking think was gonna happen? Oh, I see him! He's got a fucking warning for you, Quibly. 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock, Quibly.
3 o'clock? What do you mean, 3 o'clock?
Tick, tick. He's here with me. We're in fucking hell. When the circle's below. Tick, tick, 3 o'clock.
That's that voice. He's talking to me.
Ain't nobody here.
He's talking to me, boys. He's talking to me.
With Quibly just losing his goddamn mind.
Wait, Sporsky or is it Jack?
No, it's Jack. He's saying Sporsky's in hell. He says Sporsky's dead.
Quibly's losing his mind. This is starting to freak Shep out. I'm gonna take a couple steps back away and knowing that this started to happen after he touched the head and he was talking about the thing, I'm gonna reach into my pocket and pull out the shard and kind of open up and look at it to see if it's doing anything, because I'm concerned with all of the craziness that Quibly's going cuckoo bananas over.
You look.
And I'm just holding it out and up.
And you hold it. Actually, it still feels a little warm, but it's comfortable. Feels good to hold. It's not reacting.
Jack, he told me when I was reaching out that Portia should touch it. That you'd be able to unlock something in your mind. I swear, that's what he said.
I am making sure that I am not within grabbing distance of Mr. Gones here.
Yeah.
What do you mean I should touch it? I don't touch that thing.
No, you don't. I don't want you to touch it. It's full of evil.
When you tell me I can't do something, I don't want to touch it. Shepard, you give me that thing right now.
Ms. Gones, now please, I would just ask that you move with prudence.
I'll move however you want. You just give me that thing right now. I don't like being told no.
I look to Rett and I look to Gideon.
What? What's it gonna? You haven't done anything to him.
Well, he's got a certain predisposition.
What is that supposed to mean?
Well, I just think on account
You don't think I'm predisposed?
Well,
What is predisposition mean?
I wish I knew.
in this campaign, Gideon reads.
Love that.
Like I told you.
Thanks, Pop.
What Gid's trying to say is that we're worried about Mr. Gones, and
Yeah, me too. He's my husband.
we don't want the same thing happening to you.
No, I can handle grinning Jack.
Is this shard? Is it Essentia, or is it a totally different material?
Good question.
Richie?
If I could get another would you like to farm me more fear?
Why don't we make a knowledge roll, and I'm gonna give it advantage to you. And what are your whatchamacallits?
Experiences?
Experiences?
Ooh. Oh, my experiences are Doctor, Inventor, and Fold of the Forgotten.
If you want to add Fold of the Forgotten, To that, you may spend a hope in order to do so.
So, and also just
Let's
to
see
be
what I
clear,
roll.
Just to be clear, this is not like any Ascension we've ever seen before.
If it is, we don't know that it even is yet. We're about to find out.
I'm saying if it doesn't look like the, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't look like the Ascension that Rett would recognize, right? Like,
yeah.
Yes, but so you just got one, and then you used one, so there's nothing here.
Yeah, but I used it.
The number's high.
Oh, gotcha.
21 with fear.
Oh, 11.
Well, fuck.
I go to 11. I'm gonna say it out loud so I don't forget.
Yeah.
I'm one away from my cat, so that's consolation.
Yeah.
Yeah, then we can just roll as much as we want.
That's right.
Everything's easy from the
That's right, Derek.
That's right.
Are you gonna like? I would say that are you like examining it? What are you trying to?
May I? I want to like pick it up and
give it to him.
Given my experience with Essentia, and I work with it all day, every day, I revere it as the blood of the forgotten, and in particular, the blood of the Deep Mother, the blood of Our Lady below, the Mother of Mercy, the many-named god, a representation of this land that we stand upon. I want to see if it feels like a blasphemous corruption of her, or of the forgotten gods in general. If it is sort of Ascension that's changed in some way, or if it's some new hellstone or something that I've never seen before.
You look at it, you examine it, your mechanical eye zooms in, and you've studied Essentia your entire life, and you prayed to the forgotten gods, whom you believe to be good. And there's a kinship to Essentia. And what I would say is, if the Essentia from the earth of these gods bleeding up from their prisons deep within the earth, within the soil beneath this land in the mortal realms, something gives you the feeling that this might be a fragment of a soul itself. It's condensed. It's charged. It feels like something that has a consciousness, that has a feeling, that has a will. Perhaps far more powerful, far more dark than even Essentia.
This is unholy. This is not her blood. And I look at you, and I know that she who slumbers in the deep places speaks through Gideon. Your headaches, your powers, I thought it might be one and the same. But maybe it's something.
What you mean?
Maybe it's something different.
You think I'm being spoken to by something? I don't hear no words. I ain't like him.
No, your headaches, you have some connection.
Yeah, I'm married.
No. You grew up in the deep places, did you not?
Yeah, in the mines.
You grew up amongst the gods, but
I never seen a god.
perhaps against something worse.
You think I'm possessed by something?
Do you want this?
I don't know. You just gonna give it to me freely now? I'm feeling less inclined to take it.
Rett, are you sure about this?
Yeah, careful, Rett.
That's what Jack suggested.
The head sent him cuckoo fucking bananas.
I ain't touching the head unless you tell me I can't.
And now he's telling us this disembodied voice is speaking to him, saying that she should touch it.
She's clearly the more competent and powerful one.
I like him. We should keep him around.
Feels like this is part of a soul.
What?
But this is beyond anything I've ever experienced. But maybe you can know more.
I don't know much about souls, but I'll hold it and look into it only if you don't want me to.
She'll protect you, the Deep Mother, if you take this.
All right. What do you think?
Are you sure? I don't want you to end up like me. I don't want you to end up losing all your marbles.
I ain't gonna lose my marbles. I ain't nothing like you.
You just be careful.
I will. Who's gonna take care of you if I up and die?
That's what I'm saying, Angel.
Oh, look at you. Hand it over. I'll take a look at it. Maybe I can cure this man.
How do I feel with this idea?
Oh, boy.
Do I feel being surrounded by the earth? Do I feel like this is a good idea? In my bones, does my goddess speak to me or reach out in any way to stop me from doing this?
Why don't you make a knowledge roll? Because because of your experience with Portia, Bella, I'll let you roll at advantage again.
16, and you're capped, Mikey.
Just get out of the way.
Oh,
Just get out of the way.
all right. Now let's roll on everything. Now nothing matters.
16. You can't be sure. You know that you've concocted Essentia medicine for Portia Bella.
And the maudlin has helped her.
And the maudlin has helped her. Right. And you know that the Essentia helps calm. But the nature of the headaches and the nature of the power that you've seen is unlike anything that you've seen before. You know it's destructive. And you have a sense that it's purposeful. But you don't get a sense that it's for wickedness. That there's anything wrong. But you feel like there's an opposing nature that this shard has in your hand to what you've diagnosed thus far of Portia Bella. And that's all I'll give you.
Opposing nature.
What are you talking about? We're perfect for each other.
Yeah, I agree. No, I think maybe you can tell us what this is if you touch it. And I'll be right here to administer any medicine or to heal you if you're feeling poorly.
All right.
And I'll reach my hand out.
I'll be right here too. I'm gonna put my arms around Portia and hold her shoulders. You just brace yourself, my cozy enigma.
I'm braced and I'm cozy. And I'm gonna reach out and I'm gonna grab it. Well, looks like just a red gem, nothing special.
Make a presence roll at disadvantage.
How does that work?
A reaction.
You will subtract the d6. You'll still roll the d6, but minus the total.
Oh, gosh.
Okay.
As soon as you grab it,
A 3 with fear.
What?
Yeah, because this is my fear die.
Yeah.
And so I got a 9. Oh, sorry. No, I'm a liar. It's a 4 with fear. Because I got a 10 minus a 6.
Oh, that's disadvantage?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's a 4 with fear.
Uh-oh.
You better not use
Quibly
the organ
is
exploding
holding Portia's shoulders. And as she grabs it, her sentences stop short as the room fills with light.
I'm not sensing anything at
As her eyes, her mouth, the mushroom cap on her head glows as she locks up. Portia, the headache that you have is agonizing, but you are unable to move. It's almost as if you are locked in as you have your familiar experience. As suddenly the crackling network, the light that fills this room, you realize that's just coming from her cap. All of the tendrils in the air fills this space as it crackles and lashes, as you feel this pulsing that is coming from Portia's head that seems to be that for all of you get the sense that it is going to erupt in a handful of moments. An eruption and explosion is imminent. What do you all do for the moment? You all can do one thing.
Get it out of her hands!
Yeah, I mean, I'm just going to check my abilities here real quick, see if there's anything I can do. But I think since I don't have anything that I can do, I am just going to, without thinking, spring forward and attempt to pry this thing from her hand the best I can. Maybe with Gideon's help.
I would, yeah. If I see Shep going for the gem, I would try and tackle Portia
to see if we separate the two.
To see if, like, I could pull her back if he can get his hand on the gem, and he pulls the gem in one direction, and I can kind of push her off in the other.
I will be her cushion. I'm going to put my arms underneath her arms and just pull her down so that she has something soft to land on, and take the brunt of the force as you wrestle her down and start to try to work this out of her hands.
Am I able to intuit if the explosion that is imminent is from the crystal, or are we talking like a Jean Grey style, like she's going to emanate
Yes.
an explosion?
Yes. It is not the crystal. It's all Portia. It is not at all the crystal.
Yeah,
I will try to
I wouldn't know that.
shout out,
She's going Phoenix.
"Get away from her! Get down!" And I'm going to try to. Everyone's going towards her.
No, too late.
Oh god, I am literally going to. I'm gonna just find cover, and I'm literally I'm yelling the warning. I'm getting down behind the bed or somewhere where I can try to take cover.
I stay my course because I don't think I know. I'm not familiar enough with Portia's state, and I think that she needs to be separated from this crystal.
I would have seen Shep move, and I would have moved like a fraction of a second after with him. I think I'm diving at her.
Shep has no idea what's about to happen.
Oh god!
I can't.
I warned him.
You did.
No, I know. I think we.
I can't change course now.
No, that's fine.
It's just it's a warrior's memory. It's a
land-
warrior's reflex.
I'd already chosen my action, but as soon as it's resolved, I have another thing I want.
Well, this has been fun, everybody. I can't wait till we're vaporized.
It's the exploding organs
in a Jean Grey psychic bomb.
Okay. No, we're okay. It's okay.
Yes, he says.
This is like a Jean Grey psychic bomb?
Yes.
And that's from the same role that you had previously. I will say all this is happening. I would say as you're trying to get the crystal out of her hand.
Yeah.
No, what are you?
Make a
Dr. Manhattan.
make a
Yeah.
finesse. Or no, it's strength. As you try to grab it, you realize that Portia's hand is like a vice grip. It's extremely strong. And then you realize as you're prying it out, it is not the muscles of her fingers that are holding it. It's being held by some sort of external force.
Connection. Okay. I
Are
plus one
her
strength.
eyes wide like when we were in the fight?
Yep, it's the same kind of lockup and the pounding of your head, Portia, as it's crackling. All this is happening in slow motion.
I rolled really well, but at first I thought it was a crit success. I got a 16 with hope.
See with hope. Okay.
Nice.
I'm gonna mark that off with my third hope. And this is just to pry the crystal. This isn't to survive. So I'm gonna hold. I'm gonna hold my survival abilities here.
As you all experience this, you're trying to pry it out, and Portia grows brighter and brighter and brighter as once again the network of all of these little mycelial networks, like nerves, like running through this chamber, synapses, are spreading all out in the chamber as it all stops for a moment, and you feel like there is a sigh of relief, like you've stopped it, and then
shifted pressure,
as the pressure changes, and you actually see the rocks and the gravel on the ground start to levitate and lift in a moment as it bursts out. I need everyone to make an agility reaction, not Portia. You make it an advantage because you've dove for cover.
I've got 2 tokens for my modifier. Okay. Yeah, this is fine.
I have a -1 to agility.
Oh, thank God. That's a fucking huge roll.
Okay, I will take this. I have a... Okay.
Do we think 15's enough?
Probably not. But well, if you took cover, oh shit, no. Well, maybe if you're technically with cover, maybe it is.
Here's what I'm gonna do. I rolled with hope. I would like to immediately spend that hope.
Yeah.
On can I use my experience being her doctor to maybe protect me in some additional way, knowing, like, getting a sense of what's coming.
If you want to pay the hope, yes.
Yes, I will pay the hope. Yep. So that is.
I have good news and I have bad news. I have good news and I have bad news. Ooh. I rolled a 19 on my agility check.
Okay.
But it is with fear.
Okay.
So I am going to.
Oh no! Reactions don't generate fear or hope.
Oh.
Sorry.
That's right.
Is it going to determine the outcome though?
No, it's reactions don't have hope or fear. It's just a number.
Okay. Then I have a 19. I have nothing but good news.
I'll still spend the hope because I said it.
I have nothing but good news.
I rolled a 21.
Ooh. Portia. Yeah. You hold this crystal as you lock up, and you hold this, and you have a flash and a flare that there's almost nothing. You're not sure what this is, but suddenly you lock up and you witness what is happening as you feel yourself start to erupt as you're having one of your headaches. And you're not sure why you've had your headaches. Your memories are hazy. But you've always had them. You've always had this power that Rett's been able to help you channel and control. And you have flashes of being underground from when you were young, flashes of pink light, flashes of strange people in that perhaps said they were doctors, something about a weapon, something about the word that Jack had mentioned. His head that suddenly thinks in your that it comes to your mind, Colossus. The word Colossus. As you remember the word Colossus being written around where you grew up. And you realize that what is in your hand is something that must be destroyed. That is pure evil. That cannot exist. And suddenly you begin to erupt. What do you do as you have a moment? As your consciousness returns, as you see this, as time has almost slowed down, as you feel yourself start to erupt with this psionic energy. What do you do in this moment as clarity returns? The pain is still there. But you had been previously just locked, staring forward, a prison of your own mind and a prison of your body. Suddenly holding this thing, a sense of purpose returns to you, and you suddenly feel like your vision and you have returned in this moment.
Do I have any idea that I'm exploding?
I would say you have a full clear understanding now of everything that's happening. As time is slowing down, as you're staring up ahead, as you see the crackling, you have a moment. You see as Shepard is trying to pry it from your hand. You see that Quibly's grabbing you. Gideon is trying to help, and also on your other side of your hand, trying to rip this out of you. Rett is diving for cover, looking at you. As you see that this is happening mid, and you're thinking you're not sure if time has stopped, or it's slowed down, or you're just processing at such a rapid pace that it feels like time has stopped.
What is around me in this moment? If I'm looking around, I see that time stopped. I would realize that this is happening, and I would look towards Quibly and think to myself, I must protect him at all costs.
You look around, and Quibly is kind of rubbing your shoulders. He's behind you.
Yeah, I'm honestly, I'm like embracing you, and I'm behind you, pulling you down to try and soften the landing. But
you feel as if you are going to erupt, but you know the only thing. I'm going to give this to you without a roll. that you don't need to explode this room. Although it's your instinct, it's in your nature. With Rett's help, you've been focusing your power in much smaller instances into shells, into these blasts that you controlled. You killed some of your former gang member mates, some of the people that tried to kill you. And you feel like what needs to be destroyed is this crystal, that it is pure evil, that it is the portent of the doom that's to come.
I would...
And you could... Oh, sorry.
Yeah, and like realizing this in that split second, I would put my arm behind me. So I would, if I could, force myself to let go of it enough.
Yep.
I would throw it up into the air. As I push Quibly back, grab my shotgun, and I would let out my first ever use of wife aggro in an attempt to... hearing him in my head all the time saying in the fire, in the flames, and that it needs to be destroyed, I would, instead of channeling fire, I would channel, like, looking at, it's almost like when you have a migraine and you can see the veins behind your eyes. I would see all of those connections, and I would start connecting the sparks of them, detonating them towards this thing, and then channeling through the gun that Rett made me. I would try to, in an instant, throw it up into the air and then just blow it up.
Why don't you make... What is your highest stat? What's your spellcasting stat or whatever?
Instinct, +2.
I need you to make an instinct roll at advantage for me.
And this uses my hope and fear?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
22 with hope.
Nice.
Nice.
And I would want to do it in a way like maybe down, like maybe not throw it right above us, but like throw it down a corridor and like maybe collapse in an entire corridor or something.
22 with fear.
Hope.
With hope.
Hope.
Sorry, with hope.
Mark that hope.
Yeah.
I am at full hope.
It's okay.
I will say...
I'll take it.
Yeah, I know. Some of us are starving for hope.
You burst out, and as you all are diving, this is all happening. I would say that you know that there's not time to grab your shotgun, but you know you have a split second, and you're holding it. And in a moment, as you're all diving for cover, this pink light fills the room, as in an instant, the shard is in the mid-air. And you see that Portia's network of energy has burst out, and in an instant, it all just suddenly goes quiet as everything falls to the ground, and all of the light crashes into the center of the room and all strikes in, and in a massive burst of light, it completely shatters and explodes as Portia's senses return to you, as you all are...
And I would stand like perfectly in front of Quibly, completely shielding him from any of this, if I could.
As
I also got a 23 with hope on my roll, so I'm doing okay.
23 hope. And what do you guys get on your rolls?
Their reaction rolls.
The reaction rolls, yeah, I got a 19.
19.
21.
21. And what do you get, Rett?
It was 20 something.
Wow.
20 something.
I got 12.
So the three of you, Quibly, you're not going to take any damage. The three of you are going to take only half of 8 points of magic damage.
Okay.
As the crackling, and then you, Rett, because you got behind cover, you actually take none of it.
Oh.
So it's just both
Thank
of
you.
you take half of that. As it crashes and crackles out, as the shard shatters, and it bursts, and you hear this as suddenly the room goes dark again. The crackling is going all over the place as it snaps out, and the tendrils are still whipping about chaotically, but they seem to be avoiding you all for the most part. As Portia, you're trying to control this energy. This crystal has shattered now, as you see as a massive arc of this energy smashes down, and splinters the bed, splinters the table. Some of the whiskey bottles are shattered, and you hear the roar of a bull, but it's guttural, it's deep, it's mingled with thunder, as you all smell brimstone, as you feel an evil presence, wrathful, being banished from this room. And Quibly, you suddenly return. Your head is pounding. It's agonizing. And what I'll say, you'll have to mark a stress.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
I have no eyes for my companions. My head may be pounding, but I am worried about Portia. And so Quibly will reach down and pull out the bottle of Maudlin, and I will put a drop into my mouth, and I will rush up and I will kiss Portia on the lips. I will say, "Take care, my sweet little tumbleweed. Be cool. Are you all right? And I will kiss her and transfer over the Maudlin to try and help with her headaches. Try to calm her down as quickly as I can.
Oh, what the fuck was that?
Get down!
Fuck! Oh, Gid, you still alive?
Oh, I feel like I was hit by a fucking freight train. How about you?
Rett, you alive?
Mrs. Gomes.
Portia, are you okay? Sweet darling, sweet love of my life.
Does it work?
She was right.
You as soon as you are unlocked and unfrozen, as you your husband kisses you.
But does it help the headache?
Yes.
Perfect.
As you are kissed, the pain starts to go away. There's still that lingering dull ache, but suddenly you had tried so hard, and you realize now that Jack's room is turned to splinters. That the concussive bursts have knocked you from your feet. Quibly, it has burst forth from you. Rett was able to dive behind the trap, which is now splintered. But your friends, shockingly, are mostly unharmed. Your husband is totally untouched. The shard is completely evaporated. The pain is dull, but you are whole. You've had the most control of that power, not from a shell, not from a gun, for the first time in your life ever.
Talk to me, darling. Are you all right?
I'll turn and put my hand on your face. Sugar pie, honey bunch, you know that I love you. That Maudlin helped.
We should never have let you touch that damn crystal.
No, it's good that you did.
Yeah.
I'm sorry I broke all the things you could steal and for any harm that came to you, but I remembered something.
What's that?
Colossi. Deep in the recesses of the mine. The word Colossi carved into the stone. I think that thing, I could sense the evil. That, would I at this point have put two and two together that not knowing exactly what it is, but that bull thing in the brimstone was a colossi, and this, with what Rett said about a soul, that this was potentially a piece.
I would say that given that, you don't even need a roll for it. That you now, in this sense, suddenly clarity returns to you. You get the sense that this is a fragment of... This is a fragment of a soul of a god.
It's so a
fragment of something that is tied to the word Colossus, a Colossus. And you think of the word, the phrase, Zaragor, the yoke of perdition. And you think of the bull, you think of the thunder, you smell the brimstone, the fire, the flame, the hellishness that you saw. And it is the will and the hate of that entity.
It was hate unlike I'd ever felt in my entire life, and you know how I can get.
Colossus. No, you.
No,
How are you feeling, Mrs. Gomes?
I don't feel so good, but
I'll take a
but I feel better. I feel better than I did. Thank you, honey. Thank you.
You're all right.
I had to destroy it. I'm sorry if I didn't.
No, that's why. She speaks through you too, or her wills was enacted. You destroyed evil. You banished the blasphemous power. Whatever fucking demon hell being was in that, you've cleansed it.
I'm scared, Quibly.
I'm scared too, but I'm proud of you. You did right fine.
I need you to be my strength for a while.
People think she just plays piano.
I do much more than that. Thank you very
Take
much.
Take a rest. Let me take a look at you.
Come on.
I'll take a gadget out that's sort of like a cylinder with a button on the back, and I'll press it, and almost like the lens of a bullseye lantern will sort of open up, and there will be sort of a flickering like light that sort of whisks with Essentia as I sort of shine it into her eyes, and I'll take a look and I'll kind of just check her out to make sure that she is medically okay.
Rett, you look at Portia, and Portia, after embracing Quibly, her eyes start to kind of go back to normal, and you see that she seems to be medically sound, but her eyes are a bit more dilated, and that you're probably breathing a lot quicker and a lot more, not hyperventilating, but you feel out of breath and you feel tired. There's an exhaustion to you, Portia Bella. That's what you see.
You're fine. You're fine. Thank you for what you just did.
I'm sorry for almost hurting you.
It's all right. I'm feeling that one tomorrow, but we're all in one piece.
I'm glad you're okay. I mean, what does this mean? I mean, is it over? Did we beat it? Did you just kill a god?
No, I definitely didn't kill a god, but there was something about that thing. It was part of it. It was like its blood or its soul or something inside of that gem.
It's some kind of soul or whatever, or a piece of it. The yoke of perdition, tied to that in some way.
How is that even possible, Rett? I mean, what can you even tell us about? I mean, you gotta know something.
GM, what do I think that I know in relation to the Forgotten Gods and to the First Doom? Soul shards.
Make a knowledge roll for me. At advantage because of your biz.
You're max on fear, right?
Yeah.
17.
You've heard the story of Kudamat.
Yep.
It's once again, it's the First Doom. Those don't wish to say the name. I know that, and I think there are tales of this thing coming back, and I think there have been whispers about children, and what you do get is whispers of children of Kudamat, whispers of and you feel like maybe that will put that kind of puts two and two together as these children of Kudamat, these you're not sure how many. You've only heard that they exist, and that you've heard that the arrival of the children of Kudamat, I think, heralds the end times. And you feel like this soul shard might be connected to Kudamat, or perhaps one of these children of the First Doom.
There's legends of the First Doom. I dare not speak his name. And that his children are a piece of him. And that their souls are tied to crystals like these. I pray that we're not in the end times, but I've had a feeling. Ever since we came to Eden, I've been walking in sin. This whole time, I hoped I could leave it all behind, but maybe this is what I've been feeling this whole time.
In what I saw, Creed, he believes it. He believes this is the end times. He believes those tales of God-fell mountains, what he said, that they were all true.
Look, I never claimed to be a smart man. Never claimed to be a godly man. But what can we possibly do against entities like these? Does it all end with Creed?
Well, we know that he's the one giving these crystals out. I mean, it sounds like he handed it over to Smiling Jack. And now, thanks to Quibly, we have what we fucking need to dethrone the sumbitch. We have what we need to get him the fuck out of Eden and overthrow Leviathan. We get all that done before he can do whatever the hell comes next, and we don't have to deal with these things. But if he gave this to Smiling Jack, you bet your ass he has more. He wouldn't have given away the only one he has, I don't think.
No, I think you're right. And I don't just want this man out of Eden. I want him out of the Drylands.
I mean, Shep, I don't think we can let him live, man. Walking around the Drylands with shit like this. We can't put him behind us. We'll always look over our shoulder.
Yeah. You're right.
Killing a man like that. I just don't know how possible that is. He wants to bring the fucking end of all things. The Forgotten died for our sins. And their bodies, they gave us this land to walk upon. And their blood gave us a bounty, a feast on which to grow and prosper. And he wants to fucking end it all. He deserves to die for that.
One thing at a time, all right? One thing at a time. We gotta get our way, make our way back.
We need to get back to Eden and confirm that Sporsky's gone. With him dead, we need to find another way to spread the news.
Yeah.
We need to spread the word of this. We have evidence.
We still got a free fucking Whiskey Wren. We can't just run at Creed.
We can go to Fenwick. He runs the paper. We gotta somehow find a way to let him know without getting him killed.
Can we trust him? Or is he gonna turn us into Creed the moment we show him that damn letter?
Can we just fucking go in and have him print it in the fucking paper, hammered ahead? Distribute them on our fucking selves?
I don't see any other way.
People will believe it. They will. People believe they'll believe anything in writing like that.
Well, they better. It's the fucking truth.
I think they're sick of Leviathan as much as we are, hopefully. And even if it doesn't stop Creed, it might slow him down.
That's all we need. We gotta buy some time.
We may be able to buy the time we need if we can delay or perhaps put a stop to it.
Just pry a little bit of the power from his fingers.
That's what we did here tonight. We stopped Grinning Jack. They were trying to do some sort of a ritual or summoning. I think we pumped the brakes. I think we pumped the brakes good.
Well, there's hope at least.
The stories say that the first Doom, he's trapped. He's cut up into pieces. He's locked away amongst the Forgotten. And so it is the will of man that will bring about his coming. So if we can stop those men, then we can stop the end times. We need to go. We need to get back to Eden.
Follow me.
All right.
With Portia under my arm,
Yeah.
I will lead the gang out and through the network of caves and to fresh air.
Portia's you're Portia, you're feeling unwell and shaken from this happenstance. You never knew that your headaches were anything connected to the grander mysteries and lore of this town. And you all make the trek back. Is there anything you'd like to do on your way back to Eden? You think that probably that the way up, going uphill, is going to take a bit longer? It'll probably take at least 4 days.
We're banged up.
And it's rough, and you're a little bit more weary and a little bit more leery about what's to come. Is there anything else that you'll do as you make your way?
I'm trying to remind myself for a long rest, because we certainly do that. We tend to our wounds, we clear our stress, we prepare often. Perhaps I work on a project.
We prepare all the time.
We can't stop preparing, really.
Sorry, I didn't cut you off.
Please go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, as kind of the opposite side of the same coin, where the Goneses were able to accurately lead us to this mine, I can use my Wayfinder ability Path Forward, which is when I'm traveling to a place I've previously visited, or you carry an object that's been at the location before, I can identify the shortest, most direct path to our destination, so I'd be able to lead us home more quickly, or as a most direct route. I would like to attempt to help in that way by using my Path Forward ability as a Wayfinder.
You would see, I think that Rett over the rest, and when we had downtime, if we're making camp over the 3 or 4 days to get home, I would maybe have my arm totally disassembled, or at least I would remove it, and I would work on it, and sort of with my hand and my
thin
tools,
little brushes, and
very Return of the Jedi when you see like Luke Skywalker working on his robot hand. I would be cleaning it and trying to soup it up, and with what I've learned here, almost like kind of try to overcharge it and maybe add like an implement where it can sort of administer essential medicine in larger doses or in general to maybe justify some of my new abilities.
Yeah, boy.
Very fun.
And maybe soup up the essential cannon that's in my arm as well.
I think that as we would be like making camps and setting up, and I think I would be happy to anything we would have taken from the mine or carrying with us. I'd be happy to kind of carry that throughout the journey, and as we go to set up camps and wind down and take the rests where we can find the time, I would be. Not like hunting per se, but attempting to like scavenge, finding things around us on the Drylands that we could use as we're setting up the camp and we're going to take a rest, to potentially continue to have rations and food as we make this journey.
Okay. I would say with all of that, and obviously for the sake of brevity, I think that, and Shepard, I would say that you are able to help lead the group back quicker than you thought. And basically, although it's a much harder trekking going up uphill, up in the hills as far as to down, you are able to find a path that allows you to get there once again in about 3.5 days, 3.5 days. And I'll say it is the final camp that you set. It's probably going to take another half day to get to town, but it's just too dark, and you hear the growls of the strange beasts and the creatures and the occasional monsters that live in these hills. But once again, with the group that you have, you're able to avoid them. And night has fallen, and it's crackling around the campfire. And you're now far enough away from the mine that Quibly, after the destruction of that gem, you haven't felt Grinning Jack, and you're leaving the mind. You feel like maybe he's gone.
Ooh.
You hope he's gone.
I push that experience out of my mind as best I can.
Yeah.
I've conveyed the information, so I'm even trying to push the memory out. And put it in a drawer, at the back of the drawer in my mind, and closing the drawer, I will focus on making sure that Portia is as stable as she can be through the journey. And during that time, I'll repair a little bit of my armor. I'll clean my gun, and I will think about what it would be like to perform again. And enjoy the spotlight, and how simple and easy that life feels compared to that of a bandit or of someone who carries the weight of the world on his shoulders.
And you all sit here around the campfire, and Rett, you feel like you keep thinking about what Jack said in the mine, and you keep thinking about... And I think all three of you keep thinking about that. You think about Nat Cole, you think about Jim Morgan. And Rett, you just feel like this sinking suspicion that what you're facing could be the very end. As you sit around the campfire, and you feel like this may be the last chance before you head back to Eden, before the end.
Yeah. Who would be cooking us supper?
Ooh. So normally I would say, like, you've established that back home at the house, that's what you would do. 100%. But out here on the I think it'd be me and Gid.
Yeah.
We'd be working together to provide for everybody else between hunting, like you said, and making sure we have food, and cooking on the trail.
I think you'd be working
I'm
the
a
fire,
good cook,
yeah.
except I disassociate.
Yeah, we would absolutely be tag teaming this and providing the meals for everybody, for sure.
Look at that, Quibly. 2 men that know how to cook.
Jeez.
I would say that you find some game. You find some local game that you're able to trap. You're able to actually have a nice hearty meal. You're able to get a good amount of meat, get your energy up. And you're able to enjoy the beans that you brought, the provisions that you bought. It actually makes for a delicious meal on the campfire.
Biscuits are just about done.
Stew's looking pretty good too.
Thank you, boys.
Least we could do.
Campfire cooking, nothing beats it.
Yeah.
Eating some beans or something.
Quibly, can you get me a plate? I'm feeling tired.
My pleasure, Muffin. No. Collect 2 plates, and looking at the 2, I'll look at the larger portion and make sure that Portia sees it.
Do I feel like is there anything that I want to share with people? Like how am I feeling right now? Is there anything like what do I feel like? There's any information I want to share that I haven't, or do I just feel more like wistful or maybe not wistful, but like I don't know, just a sense of incoming doom, impending doom? Isn't that a symptom of a heart attack?
I think it is. I think you definitely feel a sense of impending doom. You especially.
You won't even have the warning sign of your arm.
There is something of where you know that Gideon can see and sense the essentia, and the boy that ever speaks to you, but there's something that your God, that as you pray, you feel like all of the villainy that you've heard of the doom coming, that actually may be true.
If it's any constellation, you also would probably notice that while still being kind to you, Shepard's been a little colder, a little standoffish, but not unkind.
What about Gideon? How's Gideon feeling about all this?
I'm happy. So, I think so. We've set up dinner, and I'd be standing maybe with my back to the camp, and perhaps even we're on a maybe slightly elevated step as we look out kind of over a flat plain. And maybe even in the distance from where we are, we could see Eden. You know, being out here, looking out over this plain, seeing that place in the distance, I can't help but think about how we made our way here all those years ago. It was a long walk.
Yeah.
It's been a long time since then, but in some ways it feels like it was yesterday.
Yeah.
I hope we've walked their path, her path, as best we can. It's been everything that I've done since then has been to repent for what I've done. And I've just got this feeling that maybe this really is the end of things.
Yeah. You keep saying that, Rett. You're saying it more often now. Repent for what you did. Well, Fezziwig wasn't your fucking fault. Creed organized sending him over the cliff, but I can't get Jack's words out of my head, man. And I feel like a jackass for bringing it up now. With what's going on. What's ahead of us. But, I can't help but just feel it eating away at me, man. I mean, 20 years, more than that. We walked here, we started Eden. You at the head. Shep and I. Lost our dads.
Oh, come on, kid. You don't have to do this.
Don't we, Shep? You ever wondered? Hasn't sat on you? What happened? Why they were gone? We knew they used to get into trouble, make ends meet. But that's not what Jack made it sound like.
Look, I know my dad was no saint. Alright? We're really gonna do this now?
Gideon, I'd like to preserve the memory of your father in a positive light. But if there's more you want to know, you can ask. There's no secrets now at this point. Who knows if any of this will exist next week?
I just want to know what happened, Rett. What really happened. Why aren't they here? Did Jack kill them? Did he betray you? Did we avenge them somehow? With his fucking head in your bag?
Yeah, he sold us out, Jack. He sold us out. He got paid a handsome sum to bring an end to the life we lived. But the truth is that it wasn't necessarily because we didn't ask for it. As you know, I feel like your fathers were good men from a certain point of view. And what we did, I felt like we did in the name of brotherhood. And that's what they called us. That's what we called ourselves, I guess. The Brimstone Brotherhood. we felt like we were rebels. That we were renegades. That we lived how we wanted to. Without the fucking boot of the law on our throats. We traveled around and we made ends meet like a family. Sometimes I look the other way though, and looking back on it now, you weren't good, man. We were outlaws. There's a reason they actually started calling us the Brimstone Butchers. They weren't wrong. We were butchers. I cut my fair share of throats. Your father popped skulls like they were fucking ripe peaches. And James, he was the devil that this land knew him as. Merciless as he was kind to those he viewed as family. And so, Jack took his payment and he sold us out to the law. Some kind of fucking, I don't know. I figured it was a posse of sheriffs and deputies from Wyland's Gulch and beyond, but I never really got a good look at any of them. But they managed to plant explosives and attack us in the night. And I barely fucking escaped. Maybe it was a fucking detective agency like these Leviathan fucks. But the three of us, we survived. Most died. And it was because of her. And because she showed us mercy, the Deep Mother, I believe she spoke through you and she set us on this path of righteousness to repent for what we did, for the throats I cut, for the men we killed, for the lives we ruined to take their gold. And so, I don't believe I'll get forgiveness for what I've done. But I hope that wherever your fathers are, the men you've become can in some way atone for their sins. Hopefully, ease their sufferings, even if just a bit, as they burn in hell.
Rett, I won't pretend to mourn James. I have worked every damn day of my life since to be who I am and to change what I am. I wish you told us sooner.
Me too. Me too. I'm sorry.
Can't change the past. But you can do what you can to make the future a little bit brighter. That's what Portia and I have been trying to do ever since we left. Ever since we became traitors in the eyes of that bastard, Grinning Jack. As you've been talking, I'll have had a mat laid out with 5 little metal cups and a single bullet shell 5-card Monty style, I'm shifting the shell from cup to cup, practicing my game. And when I make the shell disappear, I flip all 5 cups. We need a plan for tomorrow. We're gonna get to town. I'm gonna start to fill each one of the cups with a little bit of whiskey. We need a plan so we can get those sons of bitches and try to put an end to this. Make the future a little bit brighter. Maybe do some of that atoning. What do you guys think?
Just one?
Well, start, honey. Come on.
All right.
Do atonement.
Damn straight.
To Jim and Nat.
To love. Even the bad parts.
Oh, saucy noodle of my soul, you know what to say every time. I flip it down and I continue to work as I fill the shots with another round. And presumably we drink.
You drink into the evening. You've mentioned sort of a plan. You know that perhaps the newspaper man, T.L. Fenwick, the Galapa that runs the newspaper, the Eden Weekly Trailblazer, might be the way to go. Rett seems to have some sort of trust, but it's unclear at this point. You know him around town. You know about just about everybody. You know that Abe Solomon is waiting for that head. You know that Whiskey Wren, if they haven't changed their plans of the trial, is still rotting in that jail cell. You know that Hank is with Miss Beecham.
That's right.
And that is what you find as you arrive back in Eden the following day. Took you a little bit later to get going. You drank a hefty bit. You decided to sleep in a little bit. You're not sure how many more opportunities you will have to sleep in. But you arrive back home. And it is dusty, a bit dirty, crass, a bit violent occasionally. But it's your home.